What up? What up? What up? What up? What up with it? Shamans in them. PE to the PE. Positive energy. AKA Bud Butts. AKA HI. AKA Pep A Spliff, man. Peace. Positive energy assures constant elevation. We constantly elevating over here. Now, what I'm going to do today is I'm going to break down the 6 dynasties that I've seen in the NBA in my lifetime. I'm 47 years old. So that is going to leave out anything before my time, which would be the Celtics in the early Lakers dynasty. They said they was the first dynasty with George Mikan in them. We're going to leave out Bill Russell in them. And we're basically going to start around the year I was born, which was 1974, a little bit after. But basically started to take shape in 78 and 79. But we going to say 75. It started in 75 when the Lakers grabbed Kareem. Now, the 6 dynasties I'm going to talk about would be the first dynasty would be the Lakers Showtime with Kareem and Magic. Then we also going to go into a couple of these are going to overlap. And back up just a second. I'm going to define these dynasties as in you've won 3 or more championships, been to the finals 5 times with the same team and at least one superstar player. Okay. Now, so some people who will be left out of this dynasty will be Shaq, although he will be included with the Lakers dynasty. The focus won't be on him and his 4 titles. It will be more about Kobe's dynasty because the Lakers continued on without Shaq and won a couple more with Kobe, the main superstar. These dynasties are all, different, but then they have a certain similar theme to them. Another dynasty that almost made the cut but didn't make it would be LeBron James' time with the Heat, only because that was so short, as in the 4 years. The dynasties I'm talking about, it's going to be like 10 years, like a decade long with one team. He did. Now, if you want to say LeBron himself had his dynasty by going through all those finals, y'all can make a video on that, and I will understand that. That will meet the criteria. He won over 3 titles and more finals. But I'm looking at teams, not individuals per se. So with that being said, they won't be included. So the ones I will include: Lakers, Boston Celtics. So these are the 6, 7 people. Now I'm gonna credit Kareem and Magic because they both was there for 5 of them titles. Okay. You can include McHale. They had the big trio, so they're there. McHale, Bird, and Parrish. And that's another common thing. You usually get 3 superstars on these dynasties. Not even really superstar. 3 quality main players with a couple other added pieces that were basically either drafted by the team or acquired or during the draft day trade. Okay. So, and then after that, we're going to talk about the Bulls. We're going to talk about the Spurs. We're going to talk about the Lakers with Kobe. Shaq was only there for half, 3, 2, even though he gets his props. More about the Kobe and the 5. And the Golden State Warriors. So without further ado, let's get it started. Now, the Lakers first acquired Kareem Abdul-Jabbar to get it started as a free agent. And then they began to build. So after Kareem in 78, they grabbed Michael Cooper in the third round. Okay. Then they started the ball rolling with Magic. Okay. In 79. And that's when they started their championship run. Now, they had three players. Not saying Cooper was a superstar. They had three players. One was a free agent. Two was drafted by them. Now, then they add James Worthy after they had won a couple titles. Added James Worthy in 82. Then in 83, came back with Byron Scott. And that formed the nucleus for their championship run. And then they would later go on to add AC Green through the draft and even Vlade Divac through the draft. So, that being said, they had Kareem, Magic, Worthy, Byron Scott, and Michael Cooper. Great five if you put out there. Even in today's game, they could dominate. Was a dynasty. You know what I'm saying? And that's how that was done then. And they had to go against the next dynasty, which was the Boston Celtics.